A Birdseye man is arrested in connection with a May burglary. More on that. Plus, a program for parents in the Northeast DuBois School District is having some success. And host Bill Potter is at the DuBois County 4-H Fair for tonight's edition of Informed. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin with the ongoing investigation into a burglary that took place in late May at a home near Birdseye. Yesterday, Indiana State Police took 22-year-old Gary Cunningham of Birdseye into custody on an active warrant in DuBois County. The warrant charges Cunningham with a Class D felony for residential entry. Now, all of this stems from the ongoing DuBois County Sheriff's Department investigation into the May 26th burglary of a residence in the 100 block of State Road 145. Deputies say items believed to have been taken in the incident have not been found. However, they say the investigation thus far turned up enough probable cause to issue the residential entry warrant. Cunningham was lodged in the DuBois County Security Center. Authorities say their investigation is still ongoing. Anyone who has any more information about what took place is asked to call the DuBois County Sheriff's Department at 482-3522. All callers may remain anonymous. Yet another attempt at stealing from the Jasper Walmart has landed someone behind bars, and this instance involves nothing more than cheap sunglasses. Just after 9:30 yesterday morning, Jasper police were called to the Northside Walmart after store personnel detained a Davies County woman for the attempted theft. Police say 40-year-old Holly Jo Harding of Montgomery tried to take a pair of sunglasses out of the store without paying for them. The value of the sunglasses? Just under $11. Harding was arrested and lodged in the DuBois County Security Center. She is facing a Class A misdemeanor for theft. A program aimed at getting parents in the Northeast DuBois School District more involved is having great success. Last night, Frank Kiefer with Parent Connections told the Northeast DuBois School Board that the program has seen a lot of growth recently. The program is entering its 4th year of existence in the district. Kiefer reported that meetings the program is holding are drawing 15 to 20 parents along with several children each. That's up from the earlier years when few parents or kids attended any of the meetings. Kiefer says the program has made it easier for parents and teachers to get to know each other. He says it also helps newcomers to the community, like himself.
It's easy for you to get to people to know people. I came from Jasper. I married my wife Ashley and we moved up here to Celestine. And what we have found is it's easier for me to get to know people. I can know them at sporting events, know them at everything else. But this is not a program that not only I am, there's a lot of families involved in this whole program. And we have a great school system that's allowing us and helping us to build this to make a better community.
Kiefer says the kids also benefit. He says kids between the ages of 3 years up to 5th and 6th graders are getting to know each other through the program. Many of those friendships last through to middle and high school when the older and younger kids often wind up in the same building. In the end, Kiefer is hopeful that the program will continue its growth.
That is an ultimate goal of us to keep doing because we all know as parents some of our problems that we think are big problems now are only going to be bigger when in middle school and high school. So getting to know the parents, getting to know the other people is only going to help.
Kiefer says one goal is to get the program to expand to the middle school and high school levels. He told the board last night that several high school students have already been involved with the program. In other business, the Northeast DuBois Board approved the advertising of its budget for the upcoming school year. The 2014-2015 budget adds up to more than $11 million for the district, including more than $6 million in the general fund. Northeast DuBois Superintendent Bill Hoaxsong says the budget is largely unchanged from last year's. He says that also means the tax rate will stay about where it is now.
I think our public would want that, and we want that for them. We like I said, nobody wants to raise taxes. The politicians don't, and neither do we as school administrators either.
Hoaxsong says the only real increase in the budget for this year is in the Capital Projects Fund. The budget will be advertised on August 6th and 13th, though most of the budget is approved by the DuBois County Council. A public hearing for the budget will be held at a September 10th County Council meeting with adoption set for September 29th. The Northeast DuBois Board will then hold a public hearing at its September meeting for the remainder of the budget. Adoption of that remaining budget would then happen at the board's regular meeting coming up in October. Photos for the annual Strassenfest Baby Contest are now being accepted. Contestants should be children from newborns up to 3 years old as of July 1st of this year. All submitted photos will be returned. La Leche League will be accepting the first 96 photos for this contest. The photos will be accepted through July 30th or until all of the spots are filled. Folks who wish to enter their child in the contest should deliver an unframed 5x7 photo with the child's name, parents' names, address, and phone number, along with a $5 entry fee to Winkler's Natural Foods, located along 11th Street in Jasper. The store is open from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday and from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. The entries also can be mailed to La Leche League. Now, there are 15 prizes for top money raised and participation that will be given away this year. Notable prizes include $200 cash from Dr. Norma Kryline and Davies Community Hospital, $200 cash from Jasper Pediatrics and Memorial Hospital, and two $100 cash prizes courtesy of Dr. Richard Moss of Riker Chiropractic. This year's voting is set to take place at the display next to Bridal Boutique on the downtown Jasper Square from 6 to 10 p.m. each evening from Thursday through Saturday of Strassenfest. Questions may be directed to Karen at 482-5265 or 639-9641. A Jasper native has been honored with a prestigious regional award for his penmanship. The Indianapolis Public Library Foundation has chosen Norbert Kroff as the regional author winner for the 2014 Eugene and Marilyn Glick Indiana Authors Award. The award is designed to honor the contributions of authors to the literary landscape, both in Indiana and nationwide. Kroff is a former Indiana Poet Laureate. He has written 26 books, including 11 full-length poetry collections. He is Emeritus Professor of English at Long Island University. He also directed the C.W. Post Poetry Center. Kroff previously was honored with the Lucille Medwick Memorial Award from the Poetry Society of America. One of his works is even part of a stained glass panel at the Indianapolis International Airport. Several of Kroff's poems have also been read on the Writer's Almanac by Garrison Keillor. Winners of the Glick Award receive a cash prize. They also get to pick an Indiana library to get a $2,500 grant. Nominations for this year's award were submitted early this past spring. To be eligible, a person had to be a published writer who was born in Indiana or who lived in the state for at least 5 years. A 10-member statewide panel then chose the national and regional winners along with 3 emerging author finalists. Oklahoma native and former Baltimore Sun writer Michael Sheldon was named as the national winner. Sheldon currently teaches at Indiana State University and previously taught at Indiana University. Jessica Brockmole, Clifford Garstang, and Kelsey Timmerman were this year's Emerging Authors finalists. Alumni of the St. Meinrad Seminary and School of Theology now have a new contact person at the school. School officials have announced that Christian Mosek is set to take over as the next Director of Alumni Relations for the school. Mosek replaces Timothy Herman. Herman will be entering the monastery this fall. Mosek earned his bachelor's degree in education from Bowling Green State University last year. He earned his master's degree from the University of Michigan last month. Mosek spent the last 2 summers as a college intern at St. Meinrad. He served in the One Bread, One Cup program of liturgical leadership for youth. During the summer of 2012, he also served as an intern for United Way of Greater Toledo. Prior to coming to St. Meinrad for work, Mosek was a program assistant for the Center for Educational Outreach in Ann Arbor, Michigan. In that role, he trained college students for outreach work both in schools and the community. He also has previous experience as an educational specialist at Excellent Schools Detroit. Mosek officially started his new job on Monday. The developer of a planned 10-story hotel and apartment complex in downtown Evansville is getting more time to start construction. Yesterday, the city's redevelopment commission approved giving developer HCW an additional 90 days to close on financing for the project. The city's closing deadline for the $71 million project had originally been June 30th. HCW CEO Rick Huffman says the hotel is 100% financed, but the closing was delayed since some parts of the project have to be rebid. Huffman says some redesign is needed because of sewer lines found at the site. A groundbreaking ceremony for the hotel was held back in March and it was projected to open in the fall of 2015. The City Council approved a $20 million city subsidy for the project last fall. Well, more controversy is now brewing as construction of Interstate 69 continues towards Bloomington and beyond. The Indiana Department of Transportation is suing the Monroe County Commissioners, saying they have no authority to limit construction of the I-69 extension through an ordinance that limits overnight noise. The lawsuit was filed in Marion Superior Court in Indianapolis. It says the ordinance, which limits noise between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., is further hindering the project. INDOT officials say the project is already behind schedule and work is being done overnight in order to catch up. INDOT spokesman Will Wingfield says contractors already are bound by noise restrictions under their contracts. He says the ordinance, which was approved back on June 20th, is only further restricting efforts. He says it's also now difficult to say when new stretches of the freeway near Bloomington may open to traffic. Finally this evening, state officials have now outlined reasons for appealing a federal judge's decision to strike down Indiana's gay marriage ban. The state's arguments appear in a brief that was filed yesterday with the 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Chicago. The arguments are the same ones the state has made in the past. The main argument centers around leaving the state in charge of regulating marriage. State officials say Indiana has a legitimate interest in promoting traditional marriage. Now, the appellate court consolidated Indiana's case with a similar case from Wisconsin on Friday and put both of them on a fast track. Both states have requested that all 10 judges on the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals hear the cases. Now, U.S. District Judge Richard Young originally threw out the Indiana ban back on June 25th. The 7th Circuit Court then stayed that ruling 2 days later. All right, coming up after the break, your local forecast, sports with Kurt Gooksell, and Inform from the DuBois County 4-H Fair. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.